Hello and welcome to the First Click Inc. podcasts, where we talk about different strategies that work with SEO, search engine marketing, and social media marketing. Today we're going to talk about social media marketing and a tool that we found that works pretty well for getting Twitter followers and also promoting your content through Twitter. This might be a tool that people already know about, but for those of you who don't, I think this is a very great tool that you should be using. So the tool is called Managed Flitter, and what it does is it lets you follow people in bulk, and not just anybody, but people who are related to your industry. So if you have an industry that's in SEO or you're interested in SEO, then you can go to Managed Flitter and type in SEO and either search through people's bios, or you can search through, I think, people who are talking about either the hashtag or they're just talking about it in their tweets. So what it'll do is it'll put a whole list together, and you can add all these people to your process later queue. And what your process later queue is, Twitter lets you add followers that you want to follow later, so you don't have to do it right then, but it lets you add a bunch at once. So say there's 6,000 people right now talking about SEO. You add all of those people to your process later, and then you can go through that queue and see all the people who are in that queue, and you can either choose to follow certain people or not, and all you have to do is just click them, and they're all lined up, so you can choose, okay, yes, no, yes, and this works pretty efficiently. Now, how I would do this is only follow like 200 to 300 people per day. You don't want to follow more than that, and it honestly does not take that long to do this. So that's what's so great about it. All you have to do is literally just click the button a bunch of times, and it'll tell you, okay, you just followed 200 people in a number count, and then you can choose whether you want to follow more or not. Like I said, I only follow usually about 200, 300 per day. This is a paid feature, I believe. So if you want to do this, I think you have to pay about $10 a month, but it's such a great deal. It's totally worth it. And what you can do is, this is what I do. I'll actually pin one of my most important tweets to the top of my Twitter, like this podcast, firstclick.podbean.com, which is our podcast. And it actually comes with an embed, so people can just click on that and start listening to it through the play button. And it usually gets a bunch of retweets and likes, because what happens is when they see that somebody named SEO Chase followed them, they'll actually go to that name, to my name, because they're interested in SEO, and they'll check out what I got. And usually they'll just check out the first couple tweets. So you want to make sure that the stuff you're promoting is your pinned tweet. So very important, make sure you pin your tweet before you do this. Another thing is, if you're going to be following a bunch of people, you also want to make sure that you don't have too many people you're following. So if people are seeing that you're following 2,000 people, but you only have 1,000 followers, it's going to look kind of strange. So make sure that you don't do that. And how you do this is you go to instead of you go to the followers, what you do in Managed Flitter, you go to unfollow. It's a little tab next to the followers, and it'll let you see all the people who aren't following you back, and you can add them to a process queue that'll process them later. And when you're ready, you just click on that, and you can just click all of them in a row, just click, and unfollow all of those people simultaneously. And for that, you only want to unfollow about 100 to 200 people per day. And this also really depends on how many followers you already have. Some people suggest that you actually should buy like 10,000 followers off of Fiverr, and I don't think you need to do that, but you can if you want. And the other thing I wanted to mention is, if you're going to be looking up really important hashtags, so say you want to find people who are talking about SEO, but maybe somebody else is, maybe people who are also talking about social media, but you don't know what they're talking about, because it could either be social media, it could be social media marketing, it could be SMM. go to hashtagify.me and it'll tell you all of the top hashtags. And that's pretty much it for this podcast. Hopefully this is going to help you guys get some more Twitter followers and promote your content. For the next blab or the next podcast, I'll probably be talking about a Google plugin that I actually use that kind of does the same thing as Managed Flitter, but it's for Google followers. Anyways, thanks for staying tuned for this podcast, and we will see you next time.